this video, I want to discuss how are you supposed to act when you're outside of the country. Follow along. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, in this video, I'm going to go over how to act when you're outside of the country. Now, how are you supposed to act? Any way you want, really. I mean, you're going to have to deal with the repercussions and consequences should things get out of hand. I want to discuss the Kendrick Sampson issue in Cartagena. I don't have an opinion either way. I do not know what happened. I could not give an opinion except on one issue there. So if you're not familiar with the issue, an actor, he was in a show called Insecure, or a movie, I don't even know what it is, but his name is Kendrick Sampson. And recently, I think about a week or so ago, he was in Cartagena, and he said, I think he said he got stopped by the police, let's see, 6 times in 4 days. Now, on that 6th time, the story, I mean, according to the story from reading all of this, he got together with a drug dealer, or he was beside a drug dealer, according to the police. He was beside a drug dealer, so that's why they pulled up on him, and they asked both for IDs and started searching him. And I don't know, I mean, you'll see the video. Well, let me show you the video, and then we'll discuss from that side. Okay, this is on TMZ. And I want to tell you, and I chose TMZ over another source because of the person on the show's comment after this. So take a listen.
But he is in Colombia right now. I'm not sure if he's on vacation or if he's shooting something, but he says that he is the victim of police brutality down there. And actually, he's got some video evidence to back this claim up. It says he was held by police in Cartagena for 10 hours after this incident, which you're about to see. A police officer very clearly punches him and even pulls his weapon on him. Watch.
Charles, do we know why they stopped him in the first place?
What Kendrick says is that this stopping policy is a normal thing, and what he and other people in Colombia have claimed is that black people, darker Colombians, whether you're an American visiting or darker Colombians, this happens all the time. And he said he was stopped. This was his 6th encounter with police in 5 days. On this particular one, after the punch, after you see the gun being pulled, they put him in handcuffs and took him into custody, he says, for 10 hours before they let him go.
For what? For what?
He didn't say, and I don't know that they said.
Well, Charles, they need to answer that question. I'm very much pro-police. Much of the time, police cannot be punching people, cannot be drawing their weapons on people if that person is cooperating and is not posing a threat to the cops themselves or to the public. You can't do it. The police need to explain why the stop happened.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. And the reason I want to stop here is because this cat that just spoke said that it's police brutality and police aren't supposed to be doing that. You're in another country, dude. You're in another country. So my only point with this whole story and bringing this one up is he said he got stopped 6 times in 4 days. They say later 6 times in 5 days, whichever. I want to know, what the fuck is he still doing there after the 2nd stop? I mean, if I'm in another country, in another city, and I got stopped by the cops twice in 2 days or twice in 4 days, I'm out. That's a wrap. I'm on the next flight out. So how he got stopped 6 times, and because he was dark-skinned, dude, you wasn't darker than me. You don't know what dark is in Colombia. Colombia gets darkest of the darkest to the whitest of the white. So, I mean, he's right in the middle. But I mean, what happens is, not in his case, because I don't know, but what happens is a lot of people go overseas and they have that American attitude. Trust me, I have it sometimes, and I had it definitely for sure. I forgot where we were going, Singapore or Dubai or wherever. And I'm out with Catherine, and she told me, you need to stop being so much of an American. You need to lose that attitude. And I was like, what are you talking about? I mean, I never saw it. You know, when you're in something, you don't really notice that you are like that until everybody else is pointing at you or you see it on somebody else. So the whole reason for this video is to let you know that there are laws outside of the United States that you need to adhere to when you're in that country. And the moral of this video is 2 words: be humble. Be humble. Sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut and you need to enjoy the culture. Stop complaining, stop comparing. In the US, we do it this way or that way. Or, you know, I'll see some cats up at Parque Yetis, man, and they just free living, you know, like they in Mexico and Cancun or something. And it's not Cancun. And every country is different, of course. You know, I've seen people get, you know, crackbacked in Vietnam by the police. These little cats too. These cops are small cats. But you think I'm gonna bother with them? No, 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 no. I ain't fooling with them. In another country, I know better. In Dubai, we left Catherine and I got off the train, whatever the local train is, and went out the exit door. Evidently, it was the wrong door. The cops ran up on me. Hey, 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 hey! What you? I don't even know what he was saying. I don't know what was writing on the door, but I did the international sign. Hey, hey, no problem. I don't know what. Hey, what? And this dude's like this tall too, and I'm still like, hey, because I know I'm in another country. You know, and if you're in an Arab country or a Muslim country, be careful what you're drinking too. First of all, you're not going to find liquor everywhere, maybe at the hotels or at the airport, but it's a dry country. So be careful to their rules. I have a list over here of some things that people don't realize are actually laws in other countries, but you need to be careful whether you're in Colombia, Guatemala, El Salvador, Mexico. You don't know what the laws are in that city. So again, my whole reason for making this video, not necessarily, I don't know either way, Kendrick Sampson, you know, what his story is. And, you know, only what I've seen here, I heard the police's rebuttal, and the chief of police or whoever he is backed up the cops. So you're in another country and, you know, you better find out where the consulate is real quick. But that's my first story. What about Otto Warmbier? If you remember that name, I want to show this video because I want to show you what he did to get in trouble in North Korea.
Fear of trying to steal a political banner from an area off limits to foreigners at the hotel where he was staying with a tour group. This morning, 21-year-old Otto Warmbier is behind bars.
Now, he's still in a sign off the wall, regardless of what the sign said. Here's Otto in court after he had been beaten, who knows what else.
1 hour.
I was used and manipulated. Please, act to save me. Please save my life.
Warmbier was found guilty of what the government calls subversion, part of the U.S. hostile policy.
Okay, so look at that video and remember this guy's face and what he went through. When you go to another country, I got a lot of guys going down there to Colombia, and this is the main reason I want to make this video. Don't get caught up in something you're not supposed to be getting caught up in. You know, certain things are legal, certain things are, you know, sketchy. You know, don't take drugs on a plane down there. First of all, it's there. And don't bring drugs back on a plane. Are you nuts? Are you straight up nuts? And if you have something and you think you may have had it, throw it away, get rid of it, dude, and just in case you have an accident, because you think these cats went through some problems, he got punched on the face, get caught with some drugs down there at the airport. I can only imagine. Any country, you have to adhere to their laws. So remember, that's Otto Warmbier. This cat died. You know, if you know his whole story, when he came back, he passed away, and the United States government tried to get him out, but still, it was too late. So when I say be humble, I'm going to this video right here. I don't know. I started watching YouTube while I was working the other day, and this thing went down a rabbit hole. I started watching Lyft drivers. You want to see some funny stuff? Type in crazy Lyft rides or crazy Uber rides. And I ran across this guy right here. And when I say be humble, sometimes you have more to lose than just snapping back. You know, I used to wonder, is Martin Luther King more powerful than Malcolm X? Yes, he is. Malcolm X, of course, would strike back like I used to when I was young. Used to get in a whole lot of fights. And yeah, it's easy to pop back. it's harder to keep your mouth shut and realize you have more to lose. You have to think ahead, and hopefully you're sober. If I do this, what's going to happen? So you may be in another country and somebody starts a fight with you. Be humble. Walk away, dude. You can say you're a punk or whatever. They can call you punk, whatever. Live to see another day outside of it. And that's what he said after the fact. He says, I could react poorly like this guy wanted him to. This guy was all in his face with the camera. It's a 8-minute or 15-minute just tirade. Oh boy, this guy showed off. But I'm just going to show you a little piece from
we can all learn from. Take a look.
I bet you if I was black and Black Lives Matter, he would have put the music on. Your driver assumed because I guess the color of my complexion wasn't black that I asked for music and it was a problem.
A Lyft passenger's hate-filled tirade going viral.
I'm gonna make sure that you never have a Lyft job again. He has a working radio, look at this, working radio, because he wants to record, so I'm gonna put the phone in his face on purpose.
But the driver who posted the video wants people to focus on his silence instead of his passengers' hate and take it as a lesson in nonviolence.
It's either
Yes, be humble is what I'm trying to say. So when old boy put the phone in his face, that's a tough one, man. I mean, I have to give him credit because, and he says later, you know, I could have reacted like he wanted him to. And I'm going to tell you, it was the N-word was thrown out. And it wasn't like he thought he was part of the hood. You know what I'm saying? He was using the N-word like it shouldn't have been used. And my man here kept peaceful and just kept quiet and recorded. There's a camera in the car, and he also pulled out his cell phone to catch this one. And I know I watched, it was at least 8 minutes that I saw. It was just constant. It was abusive. It was over the top. His friends hopped out. He's like, no, you got the right one, boo-boo. And I'm going to stay on you. Be peaceful, be humble. When you're in another country, do as such, act accordingly, act peacefully. Don't be the ugly American. And that term, I think, came from Europe, where they call us the ugly American because we come over and we compare. Why are you driving on the wrong side of the street? That's the first thing I said when we got to London and we stepped out in the street and we started looking to the left and all of a sudden almost got hit to the right. We stopped, man, people driving on the wrong side of the street. They're not on the wrong side of the street. That's just how they drive. They don't come to our country and go, y'all driving on the wrong side of the street. And it's more so it's the attitude too. You know, I'm coming from DC. When I first moved from DC to Texas, I had an attitude. What you looking? What? You know, you have that attitude. And every time I used to go home, I would tense up and get mad. So by the time, you know, I was peaceful here in Houston. And when I got back to DC, I was all, man, what, you know, you had to, you just had to be like that. And it's DC, Philly, Jersey, New York, Boston. It's all up and down the Northeast coast. Sorry if you're in the Northeast coast, but if you are from there, you know the difference between there and Texas and California. Just a different mindset, different attitude. I am so peaceful now, well, by comparison. And I know sometimes I just have to keep my mouth shut, but especially in another country, act accordingly. My suggestion, you're going to act like you want to act. My suggestion is, you know, appreciate the culture, appreciate what's given to you from that culture. I mean, you're saving money, you're in good weather, there's no bugs around. If you're going for girls, there's girls down there, you're going for your girl. You know, even more importantly, don't get caught up in some mess, man. If you're in another country, you know, be peaceful, be humble. That's the whole story that I wanted to convey to you. Be humble. Enjoy your holidays. My goal here is to get you to travel and to motivate you to travel. Don't go travel and get into some trouble. You know, if you're not supposed to do something and you think, well, you see other locals doing it, and it's okay, it ain't okay. It ain't okay. Just because they do it and they're drinking in public, you think it's okay for you to drink in public. It's not. It's not the same thing. They find out you're a gringo, and gringo is a universal term for somebody from America, somebody from up north, somebody who's not from their country. You're not paisa, and you come there as an American, you're gringo. That's where you get them gringo prices. They see you coming. So be peaceful. I don't know what happened in Kendrick Sampson, his issue. I don't know. I can't either way. My only thing was, again, you got stopped 6 times in 4 days, dude, and you still there? No. After the second time, one time I'd be like, man, now I'm a little uneasy. The second time, I'm out. Check, please. I'm gone. All the rules don't apply that you bringing from America. Same rules, same laws. So that guy on that TMZ, that's police brutality, and you got to no, dude. You're in another country. You need to shift that a little bit, man. You are in another country. Act accordingly. Be peaceful. Get along. Enjoy the culture. Meet people. Share the experiences. Let them learn a little bit about the U.S. and you learn a little bit about their country, no matter where you go. But this is especially for my guys going down to Colombia, going to Medellin. Be peaceful, man. Be humble. Again, if I'm offering any information of benefit in any of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos. Watch out for my new channel that's coming soon, Big City Houston. I have a bunch of videos in the can right now, so probably in about 2 weeks after the holidays. I will be filming from DC in a few days too. I'm headed back tomorrow for a week. So look out for those videos too. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe and happy holidays. And I hope the quarantine don't get you down there in Medellin too tough anyway. And I hope things don't change even worse. Anyway, stay safe, guys.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.